He says that you cannot be blaming us for your internal problems. Take care of your economy. On this, I'm joined by Ambassador Veena Sikri, former Indian diplomat, and Professor Swaran Singh, School of International Studies. Professor Singh, foremost, for Muttaqi to come out like this and say this publicly, you are training ISIS, you are training Daesh, what is it telling us?
Thank you. I think it clearly is showcasing that Afghanistan feels being pushed to the wall. As their commerce minister has said, they are losing about $200 million every month on their trade, given that Pakistan has shut down at least the 5 major connecting points on the border. And the most of exports that Afghanistan does goes through land routes in Pakistan, through Pakistani ports. So in that sense, there is a sense of being pushed to the wall, which is making him come out in open. As far as Pakistan is concerned, they have their own reasons to be frustrated. You remember they had welcomed a return of Taliban in August of 2021, and ISI's chief was the first to land in Kabul. And then, since then, they have found that they are not able to control Tariq-e-Taliban Pakistan, which of course goes back to 2007. But they thought that coming of Taliban would leash and help Pakistan to deal with that problem, which they have not been able to do. And more recently, now after Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi's India visit, Pakistan has built up this whole new hype of Taliban now being seen as proxy of India, and that's why the Tuesday car blast, Khwaja Asif was immediately, on riding his high horse of saying it is Taliban which is responsible for that blast in Islamabad. So I think it's a kind of raised tempers and frustrations on both sides, especially now that the 2 rounds of talks in Istanbul did not fructify, and I understand Turkish delegation is landing in Islamabad later this week. So I think it's fundamentally frustrations, but I think in clear sense, Afghanistan feels vulnerable to Pakistan, and Pakistan is inordinately, sort of more powerful in dealing with the Taliban. And of course, Taliban is exploring northern borders to have trade with Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, but that's going to take time. So their excessive dependence as of now is on Pakistan, and Pakistan is taking advantage and squeezing them tight, expecting that they would take TTP cadres and that they will deal with them instead of Pakistan dealing with them. But if Pakistan can't hold their own house in order, as you mentioned in the second segment, we will discuss that. Taliban is itself too busy right now at home to deal with its own problems, both economic and political.
Okay, Ambassador Sikri, is it decoupling? Am I reading too much into it? I'm going to play out 2 more bites, 2 minutes each. But in the first bite, very clearly, ISIS being trained inside Pakistan. Second, why should we allow TTP campers to operate inside Afghanistan? And then for him to say, Pakistan has been unreasonable. So is this Taliban 2 different from Taliban 1?
Absolutely. Taliban 2 is completely different from Taliban 1. In fact, I read Foreign Minister Muttaqi's speech as reading the Riot Act to Pakistan. Do not expect any strategic depth for Pakistan in Afghanistan. Not at all. We are not going to be your fall guys. We are not going to let you use Afghanistan as a playground, and we are going to be our own people. I think this is a very good and strong message that Foreign Minister Muttaqi is conveying, because he is not going to be a catspaw for Pakistan. And he is saying so clearly in the foreign talks that they were in the talks moderated by Qatar and Turkey that have been held between Islamabad and Kabul. Islamabad thought that with Qatar and Turkey on their side, Afghanistan will be overcome, and then Afghanistan will give in very quickly, and Afghanistan will agree to whatever Pakistan is saying. But Afghanistan has shown that it is a much more strong, standing up, talking back, holding its own against Pakistan, and is going to continue to do this. I think this is a very significant message, because even with Qatar and Islamabad, Qatar and Turkey, both supporting Pakistan so keenly, Muttaqi has held his own. And now he's telling his own people about that. Having given this message so loud and clear to his own people, he cannot go back on it. You know, all these
Absolutely.
people are going to be in Islamabad again. They're going to try and persuade Pakistan, persuade Kabul. But Kabul is not going to listen. They're not going to be, the strategic there for Pakistan anymore. And I think this is very heartening for India because we've seen how nervous it has made Pakistan. And Pakistan now, they're trying to frighten Kabul all the more because with their own constitutional amendments and their own all-powerful army, they're thinking they'll intimidate,
Absolutely, ma'am.
intimidate Kabul.
I mean, that was just the starter. Let me play out two other bites, very important bites. Muttaqi also said that the Pakistan should learn to take care of its own problems.